Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a build guide for my zombie strength stacking Baran build. I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with it. I want to share it with you guys. 1000 strength stacking Baran. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Got a lot of gameplay, a lot of bosses. Enjoy the clips. Hit that like button if you've ever been scammed in PoE, and if you're telling the truth, the like button turns blue. I'm going to try to AFK the middle. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's pretty easy, dude. Just keep my flesh offering up, you know? Well, there you go. That's an AFK formed. Nice. Awakener 9. Is it Awakener 9? Lost my Molten Shell, that's the only reason I didn't tank it. Phase, the other one was... yeah, you know. Ow. Now we're doing the Forgotten, and let's ballot. Oh, minus max res, and we're gonna not AFK it definitely, but 119 quant, this will be juicy. Let's go. Minus max res. That degen did so much. I bet the laser would have done a lot of damage too. Ow. Ow. Looks good. Degens. He's doing fucking laser light show? Okay. Yo. Seems pretty good. Alright, I think we can chill now. Alright. Looking good. What's up, Shaper? That looks really good. That's pretty good. Nice. Let's see if we get a Watcher's Eye. Yes! Will we ID it? Yeah, we'll ID it, dude. I'll grab the rest of the loot just in case. Okay, it's an 86 Watcher's Eye. We got Anger, Purity of Lightning, and Clarity. The Clarity one's good, right? Four or 5x? That's good. Now we got a Maven. Nice. Pretty clean. Now we walk off the side. That's ideal. What do we got? What we got? Right, up, left. Walk off the side. That was fast. Up, right, up, right, up, right. Nice. Resisting. Up, left, up, left, up, left. Wow, I just got so lucky. Where's she going? Nice. Clean. Awakener, Maven Orb! And an elevated section, and the helmet! Alright, now we do the hidden, so I have this map. Let's corrupt it. Boom! And it's 40% monster physical damage reduction. Hidden! The hidden. I want to see if we can AFK the hidden. This will be a really interesting test. Let's find out if it's possible. So we did the formed. Let's do the hidden now. We got these two. And let's just set my stuff in the middle. Do my Molten Shell, and no, I think I was gonna die, but it's still like that recovery is insane. Let's just tank it. We killed two. Let's tank it. Oh, Uber Atziri with the zombie build? No, mirror phase? What are we gonna do? Oh god. This one? We lost some. It's fine. You just have to phase her fast, dude. Easy. Oh god, it's the mirror. I just killed them all. What have I done, dude? 4 zombies remain to win it for me. Easy. Okay, I have the feared, and I'm gonna val it. And it went out in ID. So you can check what it was if you want to, and I'm gonna show it when I go in, but yep. And then we'll try to AFK. Because that's the best thing to test. So these were the mods, and here we go. Let's AFK. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh. Uh-huh. Looking good. Looks good. Looks good, both dead. Who's next? What will kill Atziri. 9 seconds on my Molten. My Val Molten. 6. 3. Now I do my regular. We can almost tank that. We can tank degen, just not multiple of them. Oh, GG. Ooh. Oh, Garb of the Ephemeral, nice. Yes! What the fuck? Here we go. 2 doctors. 1 doctor. Alright, so we have suffixes can't be changed. T1 Chaos, T1 Essence, Strength, Deafening, and then T2 Intelligence. And I'm gonna craft this more life. We got 10 life. 40 life. 81! Oh my god! This is how you craft the wand. So it's a 4-socket resonator, shuddering fossil, metallic fossil, corroded fossil, jagged fossil. That's all you need, and it's 12 tries on average to get the +2. For veiled items, you can actually craft on an extra veiled mod before you unveil it so that you can increase your chance of the one you want. It'll block it. also have this ring here, but this was the one I used for the wand, chance to deal double damage while focused. That was for the wand. I blocked it for the suffixes to try to hit trigger or minion attack or cast speed. It was like a 30% chance, and I was using the suffixes cannot be changed, and then a Veiled Chaos Orb. Dude, I didn't realize, wow, Veiled Chaos Orbs are absolutely insane. So then, the ring, you see how it's a prefix? You could actually craft a prefix, and I believe for rings, the cold, fire, lightning, these hybrid ones are the ones that would be the most common, and you can do the lowest tier. You don't have to spend chaos either, and it would block and increase the chance, so then you wouldn't be able to hit this. Yeah. Enjoy. Nice. It helps your chances of veils. This is great when you're using Veiled Chaos Orbs or Ashling 4 all the time. Alright, hello, welcome to the guide part of this section. So, I'm going to start it off by just telling you what is the most important thing in this build. What is going on here? Honestly, we need 1,000 strength for the Baran, so we get 2 extra zombies, and we get the Leech from the zombies. The Leech is insane. Let me show you this miscellaneous. I'm leeching 1,002, but also 20% more because of the increased recovery rate from my bone barrier, and I don't need to use the bone armor skill. I use Molten Shell, and yeah, and then it still has, we still have the infinite phase run without Mistress of Sacrifice. Enjoy the build guide. So we have good Leech, and then I made it even better by pathing to this jewel socket. We put in this jewel. It's a glorious Vanity timeless jewel in the sacrifice in the name of Ahuana. And then when it's Ahuana, it gives you, it can convert keystones into Immortal Ambition. And so it gives you this, where you don't really want an energy shield build when you're doing this, because it has all of these downsides for energy shield. Energy shield starts at 0, cannot recharge or regenerate energy shield, lose 5% of energy shield per second as a degen, but then we gain, this is the benefit, life leech effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled, and life leech effects recover energy shield instead while on full life. That one I don't like, but it's fine. The one line we get Overleech, and our downside is basically like 5 or 6 degen, which is literally nothing when we also have regen in this build. We're not only Leech, we have 800 regen, so a degen of 6 ES is like literally nothing. It just means that our Leech doesn't last the 4 seconds it'll probably run out, but also it'll tick down 6. It technically is a thing. And so this is Overleech, and all it took was a jewel. And then people always ask, does the numbers matter? Kind of. It matters for these smalls and for these notables, but not for the keystone. The only thing you really cared about is Ahuana keystone. But if you notice what I found here, first I put it over here, and I was doing the old school, you know, and I realized everything was a 3 and it's shit. But what about this? What is this, chat? Guys, there's a strength node. We're a strength stacking zombie build. We don't need the intelligence. I'm way too high on intelligence now. So this has 2 notables for 1 point. Holy shit, it's broken. I need to roll a new one right now. Okay, anyways. Sorry, that's too deep for this part of the, but just showing you that my timeless jewel, not only, yeah, we get Overleech, main reason, but you can also go for some crazier stuff. And so the way you would do this is you can divine orb a glorious vanity. It'll change it, so it can change it to like Zabakwa, Ahuana, and there's another one, Doriani, I think. And so you would want only Ahuana, which means you'd have to every 3 divines on average, and then the number's gonna change. And you wouldn't want 310 because mine sucks. I already showed it. Look. I have mine like this because of the reservation efficiency of skills, but to be honest, I don't need it. And now knowing that I could get 1 point notables is disgusting. What could we get on this? But back to the guide. So we're a strength stacking zombie build that leeches for us, and we know that we want deeps and we want zombie. So I get an extra zombie here, and I get an extra zombie here, and I get an extra zombie by getting it to level 25. I could also get another zombie by getting it to 34. And I just wanted to show the current HP of our zombies is actually 65,974. A thing I figured out is that actually in this build I was running my anomalous zombie for the cooldown recovery rate, my Divergent Impale for our Impale with the Dread Banner, of course, for the 100% Impale, the Awakened Brutality, the Awakened multi-strike, so they slam multiple times because they have a cooldown on their slam. They're very similar to Stone Golems without the roll and without the regen and without the taunt, but they have 100% accuracy on their slam instead of double damage. And so Empower, this is sick. In this setup, I did an increased strength chestplate, and it has a +1 to Socketed Gems, Socketed Strength Gems, which is to your Empower, because it's a red gem. And so this actually gives 4 levels to the zombie. And so these are the gems I used in the chestplate, and the point of where I was going with this is the last one, Awakened Melee Fizz. It was between this and Awakened Minion Damage, and Awakened Minion Damage was slightly more damage, but this also has the Intimidate, and the one thing I noticed though is that Awakened Minion Damage, even with the 1 level from level 5 on Awakened Minion Damage, does not outdo the downside of the minus 25% life. The 25% less life is just too costly, and I think that in my zombie build, a more well-rounded situation is actually not running it, and so we don't run Awakened Minion Damage in this build. What? That's so weird, dude. But it actually, yeah, when you see it after 65, 104. And then you don't see Spectre life, but our carry on 74. This is really good. Alright, so now I want to go through the skill main gem links because I've done the zombie, and I'm really excited to get into the rest because there's so many cool things I've done. So Determination 2120, Pride 2120 with an Enlightened 4. This is a lot of mana reserve. You can see here 49 from 130. And then you can, I could have actually 137, so I could have actually done this as a 4 link and put the phase run, anomalous phase run, increased duration, and the Molten Shell in the wand and use the mistress, you know, like normal, the 3 link instead of the anomalous efficacy support. But I want to use Bone Barrier in this build because we have so much recovery that I showed you from the 800 regen and then the 1000 leech and then the extra 20% of the leech. We have 5000 HP. It's actually insane. Our build is getting to a really great point. I'm very happy with it. And then this I decided to do this, and we still have a lot of mana, and then I can have the Bone Barrier. And so this was my anomalous phase run. I keep it at this level because of the dex requirement. I just don't have more dex. Anomalous efficacy support, increased duration to make this last more than 4 seconds because the cooldown is 4 seconds, so that it's a permanent phase run. And then the Molten Shell lasts 6.8 in this one and 20.6, which is really cool. And so overall this is a 27-second duration with a 32-second soul gain prevention, and with a 4-second cooldown on the Molten Shell, you could pretty much just have only a 4-second cooldown and your Val Molten Shell is already getting its souls back. Pretty good. I like having only 4 seconds of downtime, and we're still decently tanky without the Molten Shell. It's just that obviously when it's up, this is 75% damage reduction and this is 40% damage reduction, because if the shield is big enough and it lasts the whole time, then it never depletes. And so during it, this one's literally taking 75% of the damage from your hits into the shield, and this one's 40% of the damage from the hits. So this is a lot of damage reduction, and it is the reason you survive. It's as effective. This Val Molten Shell is as effective as the Ruby and these flasks are with Mage Blood against Elemental only, and this is all of the damage from hits. So yeah, Molten Shell. This one's 75%. It's even more insane, but it only lasts 6.8, and so that's why the cooldown thingy and the 4 seconds. Pretty cool combo. Val Molten Shell is blowing my mind this season, and how easy Determination was, and the big buff to it, and yeah, highly recommend if you guys are struggling to be using Molten Shell and Val Molten Shell correctly. So then, in our helmet, we did the Ray Spectre 21. I didn't go for the higher one, it's just more expensive. They're not dying, so it's fine. 2020 Anomalous Feeding Frenzy. I mentioned this in the previous video for the Simulacrum, but basically they recover 1% of life on hit, which is not leech and not regen, so this is just literally them healing instantly 1% of their life. And then we have the 23 Anomalous Summon Carrion Golem, so we get buff effect, and I like this. And then he's 21. I had a 21 and I upgraded to the 23 of the, it was only 2x for the Anomalous. And then Divergent Animate Guardian 2120. Yeah, I showed you 101k HP and 104k HP in this build. And if I do something difficult like the Simulacrum 30 Wave, I take the extra 8% Fizz, 1% Leech on the Mastery, and I take the extra Dread March. So that's tips. It's 18% physical damage reduction, and the 1% Leech, with also the 18% minion life, which we don't have that much minion life, so when you get a little bit, it actually is like just 14% more, 18% more. It's like big amounts, because we don't have a lot of it. I can actually show you 198. So yeah, a little bit really goes a long way. We don't even have the minion life in the helmet. And they're still at 101k, and that's from all the strength, and it's really nice. So next, the wand is a trigger wand. I showed you that I did it with Ashlings, so there was two options. It was a 30%. I was going for trigger or the minion attack speed 20%, and so we got the trigger. If I got the minion attack speed, I would have just crafted the trigger, and I'm fine with the 8-second cooldown. It works for our build because of the flesh offering. We get base duration 5, and it gets increased by 1 per corpse consumed, so it can consume 5 corpses. It gets 10 duration. It's fine. It works most of the time. Not every time. It's good enough. It works on bosses all the time. That's where it really matters. And all you have to do is pop, pop, and then there you go. And so we also, like I mentioned, the Divergent Desecrate before. I mentioned it for the extra corpse, so you could get more than 5 in a single cast, which is really good. Or if you cast it next to a wall, you can sometimes delete some of the corpses, so having an extra corpse could help you get back up to the 5 that you were supposed to have anyways. It's just better, just do it. And then I did a precision 120 because I had an extra gem, and I have the extra mana as I showed you, and we could have without the Enlighten. It's pretty crazy, dude. It's pretty. There's definitely something here. This isn't right. This isn't min-max. Clearly, there's something missing. But I'm really happy with the current form, and it's funny that there's still more improvement. It's insane. So then 2020 Vitality. I looked at it. I was like, can I drop this Vitality, or should I? Chat, guys, look at this. 400 regen from Vitality, dude. I love it. And then Flame Dash, because our whole Leech is 1,000 or 1,200, and so just 400 from Vitality, and the Vitality is only 95 mana. And technically you could Arrogance this, put it against your life, and it's only like a 200 life reserve. It doubles it. Instead of 95, 190. Dude, that's literally none of your life for 400 regen. What? Oh, what? Okay, so then Awaken Unbound Ailments, Divergent Skitterbots for the Shock and Chill, and then we increase the effect of the Shock and Chill with the Awaken Unbound Ailments. Then I have the Anomalous Red Banner, and this reduces enemy nearby damage. I like this a lot, highly recommend it over the Aura effect, because you just don't need it. And this is better if you can get it. I did at 2120, and then Awaken Generosity, level 5 gets the extra level, and you also have the Aura area of effect for the quality. There you go. And that's all my gems. Let's go through the jewels. So I'm going to start with this one. We have an efficient training, and the reservation efficiency of skills is not important. Don't worry about it. But I got strength, and 24 is better if you could. And then you could also get other implicits like Corrupted Blood or stun, avoiding poison, avoiding shock, or reduce effective shock, or reduce effective. Yeah, those things were our potential. But then this converts all the intelligence into strength and gives me a lot of strength, and I still have enough intelligence for the Convoking wand, so we're good. Be sure to stay over 242. It also converts oh, this was, yeah, see, it converts the intelligence to strength here too. Confused me for a second. And then here I'll just go through in order then. So we have this. I went for life and blind and strength, and then it's Corrupted Blood. I corrupted this myself. This is T1 life. So it's 3 mods, and it was specific for our build. There was another option to just go life, taunt, blind, and skip the strength ones, and then you don't have to go 2 of them, and then you save 1 socket. That's more expensive and harder to get, and then I was going to go for multiple to do the Corrupted Blood, but I got it right away. And then I got reservation efficiency of skills on this Quickening Covenant. Again, not important. It was for something I was trying. Don't worry about it. You can then go for any implicit you want as a corruption. It's really cool. And 16% attack speed is what you want. And then we have this jewel. And I got Avoid Poison in my Harvest implicit crafting. And then I got T1 life, strength, taunt. So I told you, Taunt, Blind, Life is what I really wanted, and Strength was just what I went on top of it, because I had 2 jewel sockets. I separated into 2 and went extra Strength because I needed to hit 1,000 before, but I've hit higher than 1,000 now, and we can actually cut out Strength that was inefficient and make the build even better, because there's spots that were just not good, and there were other spots that I could upgrade. Like I showed you the glove, I showed you the ring, and I showed you the... Did I show you the ring? Whatever. I think so. And the new wand, big damage. But then we have this jewel. It's Emperor's Mastery. It comes from the Labyrinth, and this gives increased attributes, increased life, increased global defenses, increased character size. This was really expensive, 45x or something, but it's better than a bronze jewel because it doesn't have the downside of reducing your intelligence, and I need the intelligence for the Convoking wand. And then we have Emperor's Might, same thing, increased strength 6%, the same as the bronze jewel, but it doesn't have the downside of reducing your intelligence, so I had to do it, and it's from the Labyrinth. It was only 10x or something. And then this one, we have the Fortress Covenant. I got Reservation Efficiency of Skills, Minion Damage, and Minion Block. Pretty cool. Reservation Efficiency of Skills is not required, but I did this because I was trying Petrified Blood, and I don't think it's very good at all. Chance to avoid being poisoned, I got with the Harvest, and then this is my Watcher's Eye. So the important mod is the Fizz damage reduction while affected by Determination, and then we also have Armour, but the Armour isn't as necessary. The Fizz damage reduction is insane, where the armor is nice. You already get a lot of flat armor from the Determination and the gear and whatever else, so you don't, and potentially the increased armor on the flask, right? Whereas the physical damage reduction is like 2 endurance charges, and in this one we're missing endurance charges, so especially important. There's also some other Fizz damage reduction I'm missing. But then this jewel I've already talked about, but basically it's the... Yeah, I already talked about it. It's Glorious Vanity Timeless Jewel, going for Ahuana for the Keystone, and then you can also go for the number to change these notables in the small passives. And mine are shit, so you don't want this number. I want to go through the Masteries. So we have only Minion Defense Mastery is Minion all max elemental res, and to do that we get the 20 from here in these 2 points, and the 8 from here, and the 15 from here. That takes my zombies to 83, and then my Animate Guardian, we overcap it like we know, but it's 83 with overcap for the elemental weakness. And then we have our Spectre. It's under res cap on a couple of them, but it has res cap on most of them, and then 83 on a couple, and it survives, so it's good. And then we have, I did Vitality, increased mana reservation efficiency, and with this also, for Life Mastery, I also did the Life, flat life over here, 50. And then we did Minions attack, overwhelm physical damage reduction on the Minion Offense Mastery, so we 20% physical damage reduction overwhelm. And then we also have 100% crit, and we also have the 20% increased effective offering, increasing the effect of the flesh offering. This 100% crit is good with our Kingmaker on the Animate Guardian. We also have 2 vicious bites in the build because of these large clusters. Oh, I'd never... Okay, I'll go over that in a second. We also have this Armor Mastery to increase the mana reservation efficiency of the Determination. And then because of all those allocated masteries, you can go the 5 strength per allocated mastery, and this gives us more strength than going one of those notables, but we're not actually next to one either, so you can't take it, and so this is really strong. Flat strength is good because we have so much increased strength because of the amulet with the 30%, the boot with the 12%, the chest plate with the 11%, like it's a lot of increased strength, and so having flat strength really helps us. That's why I was filling in the sources of flat strength as well. You have to have a balance of flat strength and increased strength to really reach your maximum. So I realized I went through the jewels, but these are also jewels. So the large clusters in this build are Feasting Fiend's Renewal, Vicious Bite, 2 of them, and then there's an extra suffix. So I went for Chaos Res. Oh, it's 8 passive, and I went for Chaos Res and all attributes. This isn't the best. Some stuff you can go for is Strength, Intelligence, all attributes, possibly Dex, Chaos Res. Because I am Mage Blood with the Flask, I don't need Elemental Res, but obviously this build would be really hard to make without, like, that way. Trying to make it as min-maxed as this. Mage Blood. Yep, so that's the large cluster. Went for this because I don't like the 12. We have a lot of flat minion damage added because of the strength, and then we also just have a lot of easy, free minion damage. Just part of the game, the way it works, getting like the extra zombie, getting the extra zombie over there, just a bunch of pathing you just want to do normally, and things that are pretty efficient while you're doing them. And so you don't really need a 12 passive large cluster with tons of minion damage, because you already have so much, especially not counting the strength from the zombies. It's a lot of minion damage. It's like 100 extra, I think. And then that's our large. We get the Leech, so we don't have to run the Leech Mastery. We run the Renewal, so we have the chance to deal double damage without running Grave Pact, and we have the Regen without running Sacrifice, and we have Vicious Bite with the Crit Multi to add Crit Multi into the build, not only from Kingmaker now, and it also adds some Crit Chance, which helps with both, some nice scaling, and there's tons of multipliers here instead of just one flat boring stat. Very cool. And then an extra Renewal, extra Regen, extra Renewal, extra Regen, and then so this is a 4 to 5 passive, and it's for Dread March Renewal, and you can also get some extra Intelligence, Strength, all attributes, Chaos Res, whatever you need. It's funny how many mods you can get. Like, Cluster Jewels are pretty powerful when you when they're more expensive. You craft them up and get those extra suffixes. Those extra attributes really add up. One thing I forgot to mention is that I was thinking about the whole time, that's why I was distracted. So I have the Dread Banner with the Awakened Generosity and the Impale, and these together reach 100% because of the aura effect on the chestplate, the 30%. That makes me not need the Rotting Claws, and so if I didn't have this aura effect chestplate, I would have to have one Rotting Claws. Just need to mention this so people don't make that mistake. Alright, let's go through Pantheons. Lunaris, Gruthkol for mapping and delving and everything, and then Abrath for AFK Blight. You can run Yugal when you fight Uber Atziri. That's the only 3 I switch between. My Spectres are 2 Carnage Chieftains, 2 Host Chieftains from Ashen Fields, Act 7. You can also get the Carnage Chieftains from Act 2 Old Fields if you want to get it sooner, because you can technically get the Spectre at level 28 and not at Act 7. My Animate Guardian, there's 2 ways to do it. There's a video for the there's 2 videos for the Animate Guardian, the 15C budget Animate Guardian, and then there's the Disgusting Animate Guardian. I also, on my Twitch, there's a command. You type this !AG. I'll also have a link in the description for the Animate Guardian videos. I'm not going through it again. It takes like, it's the videos. Enjoy. Alright, really fun part. Let's do the Mage Blood before I get into the gears. So Mage Blood, I've enchanted this with, you can enchant belts, by the way. Real quick, I'll do this first before the Mage Blood. You do Dedication. So you can actually enchant belts. Dedication to the Goddess. Eternal Labyrinth of Potential. You can enchant belts. It's like a 1 in 12, 1 in 15 to get evasion rating while you phase, and then phasing is permanent with my phase run in my build, so highly recommend that. It's the best belt enchant, and then obviously when you have a Mage Blood, it's actually worth enchanting. The only problem is, I'll warn you, instead of a level 44, it raises it to 66 requirements. You can't use this during leveling, but to be honest, leveling isn't hard and doesn't last that long, and so it doesn't really matter. In the Mage Blood, you're going to be using this more in the normal, so you want as much power out of it as possible. That's my opinion, that's how I think about it. So here you go. And then Mage Blood, my flasks, it uses 4 magic, so these are my flask setup. I've enkindling orbed all of them to 70% increased effect and they gain no charges during the flask, but they don't need to gain charges because they're always on because of the Mage Blood. So we have increased effect rolled as the prefix on all of them. The duration doesn't matter. And then the suffix is regen life, so we get a ton of life. I can actually show you how much. So basically, vitality and this is all of my recovery in my build. That's 800 off just those 2. This one is the increased armor, so 28,000, 12,000. From the flask, the increased evasion, so I have 15,000, and while I phase, 2266, 11, half of it gone. And then increased move speed, so I can move at 132. Well, that's the whole flask, but yeah, that's 100 move speed in just the flask. So that's Mageblood, and then our extra flask is a Forbidden Taste, and I use when you take a savage hit with Instilling Orbs, and you can actually craft this in the crafting bench, is my recommendation. And then use when you take a savage hit is when you take 15% of your life in a single hit, and this will heal you for full, and then it doesn't do barely like any damage, and I also heal more than it does anyways, and I leech especially more than it does, and because only use this when you really have chaos res, or else it does a lot of damage. But if you have the chaos res, this is good. So all you need is really like 50-75 chaos res, and this is probably 75 I recommend to be able to use this. And then the real benefits is it's automated, it's when you get hit, it's sick, it's perfect, and then you have 6 seconds of the degen, but also there's an upside. It's a phasing flask because it's actually a quartz flask. This is a utility flask and a life flask in one. So the phasing is nice because if you break your phase run, I'll show you what I mean by that. You have phasing, and you break it with Molten Shell, you can see you're not phasing. What? That happens. You can also phase and attack, and that also breaks it. You can phase, and you can flame dash, and that also breaks it. You can do the flame dash, I mean the thing, and then dropping down. Dropping down a war banner breaks it. Everything breaks the phase run, and so the point here is that if you lose phasing, you run into the pack and you can't run through them, and let's say they hit you enough to hit a 15% of your hit in a single hit, 15% of your life in a single hit, which is significant. You heal, and then you'll get phasing for 6 seconds. It's like a phase run, and you have 2 clicks of this. So this should save you even in the worst case scenario. But the worst case scenario is you clicking Molten Shell really, which is the shield where you're unkillable anyways, because 75% damage reduction is insane. Yeah, that's the gameplay overall of the fly. Really sick. Really love the Forbidden Taste. Wouldn't drop this. This is core. I was using this all season. Said Zabakwa this and been using this ever since. And I really didn't think this would make it this season, but here we are. Alright, let's get into the gear. We have a Baran. Enchant in this build, zombie enchant, zombie damage. Another one you could technically do is Flesh Offering, attack speed. But to be honest, this is the best by far. There was so many of them for 30C and cheaper and shit. Like, dude, people should have been buying them. There was like 50, and then the day I made the video, they already started being bought up. I think people are price fixing and whatever. It's already happened, but this is the helmet, and to be honest, in our build with our damage, the Leech doesn't need to be 2%. It can be 1% and we're good. So don't worry about the Leech roll of 1.5 to 2, and just get the 20 minion life if you have decent damage. I'd say about 18 million POB if you've enabled everything that you have. Then we have Eyes of the Great Wolf Talisman. So this is increased attributes, zombies, 2 of them. You can get a normal Elder Hunter Ami, and that can get you increased attributes with an extra zombie, and then you could like get extra stuff like life and an endurance charge, and maybe an extra flat strength if you crafted it, or maybe even an Ashling Veil. So then you could get a pretty decent rare Ami that's not as expensive, but this is best in slot, insane Ami, so many zombies and so much attributes. And then I went for 2 wands. So people have asked me in the previous video when I put out that the minions are aggressive is really good for the zombies, because we don't have to run Feeding Frenzy on the zombie, which makes us be able to basically have a 7 link, because we get to save an extra gem, which allowed me to run Awaken Melee Fizz. And that's like 55% more damage, but then you have the attack speed slow, but then you also have the intimidate. It's really insane instead of just Feeding Frenzy. So then minions are aggressive is really great, and people were asking, Ethan, what if I don't have minions are aggressive? Well, you can play the build without it. It is viable, it is playable without the minions are aggressive until you have it. Zombies will work, especially while training, like you just running around and them following you. That's fine. They will kill while you run through the map. It's just going to be more for like if you try to AFK and something is over here and it's off screening you, your zombies won't reach them. It's the range that they reach. That's what aggressive is. The radius, the like off screening. Otherwise, they're going to be AFK around you, more like a meat shield, bodyguard, useless, not killing the enemies. It's literally the range. So it's that you'll have to be more active because you'll have to move to the enemy, and maybe even the other way to play it is Convocation build, so that you're just literally choosing where they are and you just click the button and now they're stacked on a boss or stacked on a thing and you're good to go, and you don't need to worry about them being aggressive. You just play the active gameplay and then you get to still keep your 6-link, and you can do that until you have the minions are aggressive. There's also some people like Signal Prey. I absolutely do not want to run that, but some people like Signal Prey, and then you don't have to give up any damage. You can just run that in your 6-link, and you get to give them aggressive that way too. So there are budget ways built into the game. You could even run Feeding Frenzy. You give up some damage, but they're aggressive all the time. And so there are ways built into the game to do it without needing the wand, especially without it being fractured. You could get this normal without fracture. It won't be as powerful because you wouldn't be able to get the +2. It would be way too rare to drop with aggressive and the +2. But these are all my tips and advice for getting around the minions are aggressive. And then with this, I've done my +2 wand craft, the video thing I have, and then I was able to get open prefix, so we multied minion damage and minion attack speed. I had annulled all the stuff and then just multied easy. Then this one, I showed the clips in this video, got the +2, then did the Ashling Unveil with the prefixes can't be changed, and then got trigger, and then crafted attack speed. Then we got this. This is +1 to the Empower, which is a +1 to the zombie. Increased strength. Strength I got as the suffix was just lucky when I did my Awakener orb. This is a double elevated Maven mod, and I did an Awakener orb combining them together, similar to the other chestplate, but instead of the increased effective offering, I did increase strength, and then I got strength as my suffix, lucky. Then as the prefixes, I went for, I did suffixes could not be changed, and then I did the Harvest Craft of Cold, and I hit Fizz as Cold, and then I did Ashling Unveil 50/50 and got an Avoid Elemental Ailments Unveil again, so then I could get my 100% Avoid Elemental Ailments with this, the 44 from the boot, and the 25 from the glove, so that all added up, we're immune to Elemental Ailments again, and then we could still get, we could craft Increased Life. So this is a really insane chestplate. Then the boot leads straight into the boot. We got the Avoid Elemental Ailments, and I did a double elevated Maven mod Awakener Orb again, so it's increased strength and chance to avoid elemental ailments. This is actually insane, and then because it's comparable to like an Alberon's but with elemental ailment avoidance. And then I also hit the suffix of chance to avoid spell suppression, which I realized, oh yeah, I have an evasion boot, I can actually hit that. That's insane. I got it. T1. What the hell? That's so lucky. And then I re-rolled the prefixes like 4 times with keep suffixes in the Harvest Craft, and I hit 30 move speed, which is really lucky. And then I just crafted life. Done. Then this one, we bought the base Avoid Ailments. I actually had 2 of them because I was crafting on 2 at the same time. And then, like, because I didn't want to ruin the one I was using, so I was crafting a new one. And then, so I still have my Carrion Golem one too, is my point. I have both. So then I wanted to upgrade though. I wanted to hit Strength, Chaos, and Life instead of just Chaos, Life. So I went and did, I showed it, I used an Essence of Strength until I hit Chaos T1 with it, which was supposed to be like hundreds and hundreds of Chaos, hundreds and hundreds of Essence, which was like a couple thousand Chaos, and I actually got it way earlier than that. I got pretty lucky, but I still spent like probably 100, 200 essence, deafening essence of rage. And then yeah, we also hit the T2 into suffix, which I told you now I don't have int proms, because especially it gets increased attributes, 30% disgusting. So then this glove was triple god suffix except for T2, and then I re-rolled the prefixes. I kept suffix and I did the life craft in Harvest as I showed, and I hit T1 life after 4 tries. That was insane. I tested in the thing, it didn't seem that bad, but T1, holy shit. And then I crafted minion life. I also slammed mana. I slammed a mana, yeah. I did this ring. So this is, I did strength, chaos, suffixes. And I tried to, so I did keep suffix, okay. and I did an Ashling Unveil, and it actually gave me the veil to the suffix. It deleted the prefix, and so we have triple suffix, and it was a veil suffix. It could have been Endurance Charge or this, but I missed the Endurance Charge, which was actually more likely than this, but whatever, it happens. So I have huge chaos on this one with the strength, no Endurance Charge, rest in pepperoni, it's gone. And then we have the I crafted life, but I also hit the Redeemer Orb for T1 minion damage because it's item level 80. And you slimed a Redeemer's Exalted Orb. This one I can't slime the Redeemer's Exalted Orb because I don't have an open prefix. But as you can see, T1 life, T1 strength, T1 chaos again. This time crafted Endurance Charge because we actually re-rolled the prefix and had life. Easy. That's so much flat strength in all the pieces and the increased strength combo. All just to get to our 1000 strength, and we're actually over a little bit, so you could probably tell that I could swap out one of these jewels like this one and make them a double jewel and have a corrupted blood somewhere else. I don't need this reservation efficiency of skills, and I could change out the timeless jewel. There's so many things to still upgrade, but I just want to let you guys enjoy the build as well. I want you to be able to understand it and be able to maybe even put together something, get inspired and start building it, and do it with less potentially and make a budget version of this. And yeah, this is really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been really fun to it's been insane to play already. It's already blowing me away at how powerful it is, and then it just has so many cool things. It's so neat, and the recovery's 3 times better than Charon Golem, because Charon Golem had 600. This is about almost 2000 recovery. And we're still elemental ailment avoidant immune. We're not stun immune yet, and we're not like bleed immune. That would be really nice, but overall this extra recovery feels actually insane, and this is the first time I've played with Leech Overleech, and I really like it. And I really want to roll a new Glorious Vanity. Oh my god, dude. 2 notables for 1. What can you even get? That's insane. Either way, I hope you guys have enjoyed this guide. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this is everything you guys expected. And now, I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!